Hi everyone. Today we are going to see the topic called water conservation. What is meant by water conservation? So, water conservation refers to the practice of using water efficiently to reduce unnecessary water usage. It is crucial for ensuring a sustainable water supply for the future generations. Here, the water conservation refers to strategy and activities to manage water sustainably for present and the future generation. Since water is considered to be a vast resource and it is also renewable, but it is also a limited resource. Since the world is covered with the water, but the usage of the water is very high and the wastage of the water is also high. So the more humans use water, but less surplus we have. Why the water conservation matters. Like this, every drop counts, reduce your uses. So let's see the importance of the water conservation. So importance of water conservation, the first point will be the water importance of the global crisis. Water is a vital for life. 8 billion lacks access to safe, clean water, affecting health, education, and economic opportunities. Since the fresh water is limited, only 2.5% of the earth water is fresh water, and much that is locked in the glaciers and underground. Since the importance of water is very vast, and it is the World Water Day is celebrated on March 22, and it raises awareness on sustainable water management. So this year, the 2025 theme is accelerating change to solve the water and the sanitation crisis. So, because of unclean water, many of the deadly diseases like cholera and typhoid are spreading and affecting children to the elder people. And also, it affects mainly the children who are having the malnutrition and the stunted. So, this issue not only in a state or a district or a country, but it is seen worldwide. Both developing and developed countries face water challenges such as flint, methane crisis, and the contamination of the metals, etc. So, since we want to manage this water in a sustainable manner, requires reducing usage of the water, improving the quality of the water, preventing the pollution, and also ensuring as a basic human right recognized by the UN. And also, this is not only a group activity or a societal activity or taken by the government, but it is an individual responsibility. Short showering time, fixing leaks, water efficient appliances we should use, and also reduce the pollution by the in the water helps conserve and protect the water. Now we are going to see what are the causes of water scarcity. So water scarcity occurs when the demand for the water exceeds the available supply in a particular region. Either it can be physical or economic. When we are talking about the physical, it may be the due to the lack of natural water. And also when we are talking about economic, it may be the poor management or infrastructures. Here there is a breakdown of the major causes. So first one thing will be the population growth. Second thing will be the climatic change, and third thing will be the increased water usage, increase in the pollution, and the inefficient infrastructures. So when we are talking about the population growth, more people, more water demand. When we are talking about the climate change, alters the rainfall pattern and increases the frequency of drought. When you are talking about the agriculture overuse, that is mainly by the human peoples, agriculture consumes around 70% of the global fresh water, and here the inefficient irrigation methods plays a major role. And the pollution because of the industrial usages. Industry uses large quantity of water for cooling and manufacturing, and also they contaminate the water by releasing the effluents in the water bodies. Next is the poor water management, leaky infrastructures, outdated systems, and lack of investment waste huge amount of water. And there's also the wasteful personal habits, that is the individual habits, leaving the tap opening, long showers, and overuse of household contributes to the local scarcity. So the overuse of water, so it is a individual responsible who uses the fresh water for more purposes without any limit. So population. So this is also an individual responsibility. So the contamination from the industrial waste, sewage, pesticides, and chemical makes the fresh water unsafe for the consumption. So the population growth, the more demand of water when the population increases. So due to the climatic change, the altered rainfall pattern increases drought and also melt glaciers is reducing the availability of the fresh water. And the deforestation and the land use changes reduces groundwater recharge and disrupt the natural water cycles. So when we are talking about the water management, so the inefficient water management plays a major role in the case of poor infrastructures, leaky pipelines, and the wasteful irrigation methods to lead to the significant water loss. So these are the some particular points where we can conserve the water. So we want to promote and aware the society for the water conservation, and we want to invest more in the water infrastructures, and also we want to establish a water pricing systems, and we want to adapt a sustainable agriculture practices. And at last, we want to preserve and restore the natural ecosystem that will encourage the water reuse and recycling methods. And also, we want to assess the water resources very efficiently. And the wastewater should be treated and it should be well settled and it should be leaked into the water bodies. So these are all comes from when we have the hands together and make this thing. And second thing will be the global water crisis. So actually the people doesn't have the that much awareness about the water conservation and also the what crisis they will undergo when there is a lack of water. So the widespread lack of access, over 2 million people worldwide lack safe drinking water and 3.5 million lack safe sanitation facilities. This leads to the health infections and health risks such as unsafe water causes diseases like cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid, leading to the millions of deaths annually. And this will impact on the development of a particular society, even a state, and also a country. So the lack of water affects education, food production, and the economic growth, especially in the low income regions. And in some of the developed countries and the developing countries, they are having the water stress. Even the wealthy countries faces crises such as the Flint mentioned lead contaminations incident. And in during the summer time, most of the countries will suffer with the water crisis and the lack of the water supplies. So the climate change will also be the pressure in the water management, changing the weather pattern, droughts, and melting glaciers, and in this way, global water scarcity. Now let's see about the rainwater harvesting. So rainwater harvesting is a process of collecting and storing rainwater for reuse rather than letting it run off. It is a simple and sustainable method to conserve water, especially useful in areas facing water scarcity. So what is rainwater harvesting? So how it is harvested? Rainwater is collected from rooftop, land surfaces or rock catchments and stored in tank or underground reservoirs for later use. It can be used for irrigation, flushing toilets, washing and drinking, and especially after treatment. What will be the types of rainwater harvesting? The first is rooftop rainwater harvesting. Rainwater is collected from roof and directly through the pipes into the storage tank. And the surface runoff harvesting collects the water from the roads, parks, and open grounds and stores it to the recharge and the direct use. And recharge pits and wells, the water is directed underground to refill the groundwater levels. So what will be the benefits of rainwater harvesting? How it will helpful in the water conservation? So it reduces the dependence of the municipal water, reaches the groundwater, prevents flooding and soil erosion, saves the water bill, easy to install and maintain, and it is environmental friendly. And what will it will create an environmental impact? So it will reduces the flooding, soil erosion. That is a main point. And how it is used? It is used for the irrigation purposes, guarding, flushing toilets, washing with the proper treatment, and even it will be used for the drinking after the particular treatment. And it is also a very low cost and sustainable. Simple technologies will be used with a minimal maintenance, and it can be accessible in the household, schools, and also the industry. So this is a simple manner. When the rain is coming, we can collect it through the roof. especially we want to have the rainwater harvesting. Government is also implying these type of structures should be implemented in every home. And also we can use this rainwater, stored rainwater, for the gardening purposes, flushing the toilets, even washing the clothes and washing the vehicles, etc. And efficient irrigation will also be helpful in the water irrigation. So the use of water saving techniques and technology to deliver the right amount of water directly to crop with a minimal waste. This is the definition of the efficient irrigation. And this includes drip irrigation, sprinkler methods, and subsurface irrigation to target the plant roots. So this is the irrigation methods which the government is implementing, and it is very strict in implementing these type of methods. And the benefits what we got from these type of irrigation methods is this will reduce the water usage and improves the crop yield and lowers the energy cost for pumping the water. And the impact created in the environment, it may helpful in the conserving the water sources, prevents the soil erosion, and reduces the nutrient which is run off with the water bodies. And this PV act as a smart irrigation methods, and we want to incorporate only the sensors timers, and we don't want to monitor them also. By installing the sensors and the timers, automatically it will be switched on and it will be switched off when the enough number of water is irrigated. And when coming to the cost effective, it is a long term reduction in the water bills and the agriculture production cost too. So this is the one of the drip irrigation and the sprinkler methods which is used for the efficient irrigation methods. Next, so some of the ways to conserve the water is turn off the water while we are brushing teeth, and doing this is can save water. And showering, especially when showering head, we can use more amount of water, and we can catch the water in a bucket or a bathtub and we can use it. While bathing alone, about 70 gallons to be filled up, compared to it will be 10 to 25 gallons when we use the showers. And when we are using the particular appliances, we want to choose and use the applications very carefully, and we want to fix up the leaky sinks and the toilets. Why? Because we are wasting a large amount of water in the flushings only. And we can use the waters which is used for washing the clothes can be used for washing a car and a bike. And we want to install a dual flush toilet for conserving the water and when we flushing the liquids. And we want to set up a rain barrel so that it will be easily collect the rainwater and we can use it for some of the irrigation purposes or for domestic purposes also. What will be the benefits of water conservation? So it will increase the availability of clean water, and it will saves our economy, that is saves the water bills. And also it will preserve the ecosystem, and it will also reduce the water pollution. So here, when we talk about the roles in the water conservation, who are all plays a major role and what are the roles they will play? So when you are talking about the individual, daily habits may significant reduce the amount of water usages. So we want to very careful when we use the water, and we want to use the water wisely method. So when we are talking about the technology, artificial intelligence, internet of things and sensors will plays a major role in the smart water management. Actually, when we are having the water things like borewells and motors and all, we can switch it on, but we will forget to switch it off. So when we are placing a sensor, automatically it will switch off so that we can prevent the wastage of the water. So what is the role of the government? So government is placing so many policies and laws in and funding in the water conservation projects. So they have some of the organizations like Jal Jeevan Mission, Pradhan Mantri Kishi Sinchai Yojana, Oil Bhujal Yojana, National Water Mission, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So these are the some of the conservation projects and the efforts which is taken by the government. So whatever government is there, all the governments are taking for the water conservation and to prevent the pollution in the water. So how we can save the waters? Here are some of the tips. First is we want to turn off the taps and we want to fix the leaks. And also we can use the water efficient appliances. If there is a mistake or a repair in the appliances, we want to clean it and we want to repair it and we want to use. and we want to maintain our showers in a shorter time, and we want to collect the rainwater. Now the government has made it compulsory to construct a rainwater harvesting system in each and every home so that the groundwater level will be increased. And we want to water plant wisely so that only the efficient irrigation methods comes, and we want to reuse the gray waters. What is the gray water? Reuse of the water from the washing vegetables or clothes where it will be safe for the gardening. And as also we want to cover the pools so that the evaporations will be reduced, and full loads only we want to run the washing machines and the dishwashers. And we want to choose only the native plants where it will be a drought resistant plants that require less watering system. Okay, see this is use a glass of water when brushing for teeth, and take a short showers using the water basins, watering the plants with the efficient waters, and use a bucket of water for cleaning our vehicles, and leaks can be fixed up. Don't flush the toilet unnecessary, and don't use the machines with half load or one or two clothes. Use it a full load, and we want to collect the rainwater. So it helps to save water every day. And here the some of the activities regarding the water conservation, engaging activities such as water audit challenge, rainwater harvesting model. So we can give some of the society peoples or the students or the children's with construction of the rainwater harvesting, and improving their knowledge about the rainwater harvesting. And poster and slogan consist fix the leak workshop, so we can make some models and make them to do the fix the leaks. And grey water reuse experiment, water conservation pledge drive, community cleanup drive, school garden irrigation project. And also we want to celebrate and we want to insist the society people with the water conservation methods, and we can have the world water day rally also. So this is all about the water conservation. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.